right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time zone that you're in. Welcome to our D&H and Dell Technologies webinar. We're super happy to have you guys all here. You hope you're going to enjoy. We have a fun-packed agenda for all of you, and we're going to really educate you of what's really changing in the next coming months to help you be the most profitable partner and solve customer outcomes together as one. So hopefully you're super excited. My name's Anthony Marnello, been with Dell Technologies. This is my 13th year, all on the channel. Been running Disty for the last 5 years, and I can't wait to hopefully shake your hands and meet you live, because really we're making a big difference in distribution with Dell Technologies. Last fiscal year, we actually grew client hardware north of 40% year over year. Server is actually coming back on-prem and growing at 40% year over year. And this quarter, as we're a public company, I can't tell you exactly the results, but I can tell you we are way north of 40% in Q1. Storage still remains a hot commodity because data is king. It's essentially the new oil, the new gold. You want to harness that data. You want to analyze it with those on-prem servers. So we're doing an awesome job with you, our channel partners. So that is the key message, right? How do we continue to enable you, educate you? And that's why we've partnered with one of the most valued distributors, D&H. And that's the power of and, A-N-D. A simple word, but means so much, because the Holy Trinity Triangle really can't complete without the manufacturer, the partner, and now our distributor really coming together to make sure that we deliver value, accuracy, and speed to give you that advantage across the table. So what's happened? Well, last year around this time, we probably attended a webinar where we talked about the launch of our new naming convention, Dell Pro and Dell Pro Max. And we simplified the consumer lineup and removed the names Inspiron and XPS and just called it Dell. So you could have a more intelligent conversation with your customers on what was actually professional grade and what was actually designed for performance versus what was consumer grade. One of the products that we actually launched about mid-year, around August timeframe, was our Essential line. And I think in this time and day and age where laptop prices are skyrocketing due to component increases, this is a very powerful product lineup for you to be able to compete with your customers' price-sensitive budget. So they're in stock, they're ready to ship. Mention to your D&H rep about the Essential product line, and you'll be extremely pleased to see a notebook with Intel AMD processors below $1,000. And that is something that's quite astonishing in now these day and age. So don't forget the Essential lineup. It seems to be forgotten, right? Because we're always looking at that Dell Pro Premium, that sleek finish, but not all customers want to spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a notebook. Sometimes they just need that designed workhorse. I also want to make sure you're starting to get aware of what the actual naming conventions look like. So we're going to share out this slide. I brought on my partner in crime, Masama. Him and I have been working together for the past 5 years. Super happy that he's joined the D&H team as our dedicated Dell business development executive. And he's going to showcase to you when he meets one-on-one what these numbers actually mean, right? But really simply, when you start to see P, that essentially means our Dell Pro lineup, right? The second digit, A, in this case, indicates for premium. If it's plus, it would be a B. Those are the most common ones that are out there. The 14, really simple. Screen size. Anything in our notebook line would have a digit. So it would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, etc., right? If it's in a desktop model, you'll actually see the form factor. Is it a micro, a slim, a tower? And then it would indicate like either an M1, T1, etc., right? What we also did this year is we changed the generational launch from a chipset generational launch to a calendar year generational launch. So why is that important? Well, now that we've launched these and they've officially been out for a full year, 25 indicates 2025. If we skip forward one more year and you're talking to your customers and they're like, yeah, that number still shows 25, the first thing that goes to your head is, 2 years old, probably coming close to the expiry of their pro support. First question you should be asking is, what's your refresh cycle like? And if it is 2 to 3 years, boom, have D&H submit that deal registration, get yourself protected, and then start to work the opportunity with the dedicated team at D&H. Last but not least is the CPU vendor. Really easy. Again, as of last year, we launched all three: Intel, AMD, Qualcomm. So it would show 0, 5, or 7 in the last digit to help you notify. So what else has changed? Well, we like to say at Dell Technologies that we've got big ears. So we listen to all your feedback. And guess what? I do the exact same thing with our D&H sales team, right? I'll ask them in every single trainings that we're in, what do you think about the Dell Pro name? What are your thoughts? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And I would love to see what your thoughts are in the chat, right? So we're monitoring the chat. What are your thoughts? Did you like it or not? Because guess what? The feedback came back kind of split. So here's what we did. We actually went back and we said, you know what? For the Dell Pro Max, we did a disservice to the Precision name. The Precision stood and is still regarded as one of the best workstations out there in the market. So we brought that name back. So moving forward in the June timeframe, you're going to now see Dell Pro Precision for any of our workstation lineups. You're also going to continue to see Dell Pro, but then XPS. You wouldn't believe how many times when Osama and I are at a tabletop, we get asked about XPS. Would you agree, Osama?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So the first thing that we would have to tell our partners is we can sell it to you, but because it's a consumer grade product, we couldn't really offer you the margin profile that you would like. So we went back to our executives and we said, look, XPS is a beautiful machine that everybody loves. Can we create the XPS brand again? So they brought it back. But you're probably saying to me, man, how does that help me out if I can't make money? For the first time ever, we're launching XPS for commercial. So that's going to be launched in the June timeframe as well. You're going to see two separate XPS families, one for consumer grade, and you're going to see an XPS for commercial. So hold tight. Leverage D&H because we could do try and buys. We can actually send these units out to your customers for 30 or 60 days. You receive an invoice amount so that if that machine doesn't come back, you get the invoice so you can automatically bill your customer and away you go. All right, what else is helping you on the Dell Pro line? The other change that we're looking at is we said, well, what's the difference between a base, a plus, and a premium? What happened to the old naming convention? So we said, okay, this is good feedback. And you would believe from coast to coast, right? We heard all of our partners and our customers saying the same thing. Now we're launching again Dell Pro 3, 5, 7. So if you were with Dell Technologies before, we had the same thing. Latitude, 3, 5, 7. What we did was we got rid of the 9 and we're keeping the premium to showcase what's the top grade. That highest peak PC that you can actually buy is still going to be called the Dell Pro Premium. Okay? So hold tight. We're going to be giving more details and information. Not to say that the base, the plus, is not good. It's still available and has an awesome price point, but we want to make it simpler. Rugged. This is an interesting one, right? So I've talked to a lot of partners about Rugged. Some of you guys are buying it today. Some of you don't consider Dell Technologies for Rugged. And I want to make sure that you guys are fully aware that we actually have supply of our rugged machines. We can fulfill all of our orders, and we're in a very good spot to win some share and displace our competition with our Dell rugged lineup. We are also the only other major OEM that has a rugged portfolio. So when you call Dell Pro support and you're leveraging Dell Pro Max, Dell Pro, Dell Pro Desktop, whatever it might be, it makes it simpler. It also dovetails very well into your MSP practice. And if you're a tech direct or self maintainer, you can actually do warranty support, break fix on behalf of Dell Technologies and so forth. So consider our rugged lineup. It's an underappreciated line at Dell. The partners that do sell it love it because the profitability is huge. They're making double-digit profits because when they're competing against our friendly competitors in the space, the price point is at a place where they are smiling ear to ear. Okay? So, Dell Rugged, you won't be disappointed. Peripherals. So, we know what's happening in the marketplace, right? RAM's starting to skyrocket. It's at a point where 32 gigs, 64 gigs is becoming very unbearable, right? And hard to swallow as a consumer myself. You've got hard drives starting to jump up. I know some of the OEM manufacturers, like the chips, they're starting to raise prices. How do we mitigate that? Well, one of the best ways is through peripherals. And Dell Technologies has a full, complete, end-to-end solution on all of our peripherals. So you're probably saying to me, Ant, but where are the peripherals slide? Like, what are you showing here? Well, this is the best part. How do you manage those peripherals? So let's say you took your favorite keyboard and mouse manufacturer, park them aside, because when you install that, you're going to need to install software on that PC to manage it. It's got its own dedicated firmware, it's got its own updates, etc. Step one. Second, what do you think about my 4K webcam? That's got an additional bloatware that's attached there. Now, mine's Dell Technologies. I'm going to explain that in a second. What about speakerphones? What about headsets? What about monitors? All kinds of accessories that are available. Imagine you had one pane of glass, one application, one throat to choke for all of those peripherals and devices. That reduces all of the bloatware on that PC, makes it operate extremely more efficient. When you call into support, you're now dealing also with one manufacturer, so it gives your customers the best experience, maximizing you as a partner, the profitability as a managed service provider. And best but not least, peripherals, accessories, and displays are currently not impacted by the price increases that we're seeing in the components. So if you want to bundle in a notebook, a docking station, a monitor, an accessory, we can mitigate the price increase of the notebook by reducing the cost of the accessories and giving the total cost of ownership a better experience for your customer. And I'm going to repeat this again and again and again, protecting your profitability as well. So consider Dell Technologies for our peripherals, our monitors, our docking stations. It goes beyond the actual tier one quality of the product. I use them day in and day out, but it actually really makes a difference when you look at how to actually manage and support those devices. I said I was going to share a slide. Here you go, right? These are some of them. We're going to share these slides out so you can actually capture them and find out which ones are best suited for you and your customer. Okay, servers. Would love to hear how you guys are thinking about servers and how many are actually coming on-prem. Are we getting any chats there, Osama, or anybody typing in? Let
So far
us know.
yeah, and then so far we got Kitty asking about the presentation itself, if it will be sent later, but I'm sure we can answer that one later.
Fantastic. We can definitely send it over to everybody. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you think that servers are starting to become a little bit more on-prem. And let me be clear, and if you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll actually hear me say, we love the cloud. We just think at Dell Technologies, it's a hybrid world. Okay. We've seen servers explode on-prem. And like I mentioned, last year was north of 40% year-over-year growth. And this quarter, it's on it's astronomical. I have to bite my tongue because I'm very excited, but I have to keep remembering that we're a company followed by Wall Street. So let me just tell you that the number's doing extremely, extremely well, right? And we're noticing an explosion. Here's why. First and foremost, AI is driving a lot of analytics, and you want to have all of that data on-prem for a few reasons. First, the cost of putting it in the cloud and bringing it back and forth is extremely costly. Second, security. There's no better way to secure your own data when you're analyzing it, but in a secured, closed environment, and allow us to join you on a conversation on how we can put your most precious data in an air gap secured vault. Second is how do we actually do that with the lowest latency possible? Because now when you're analyzing data and you're doing it through AI agents, you want to do it as fast as you can and faster than your actual competition. Those are the three tenets of why we're seeing an explosion in servers. And let me tell you one thing about the D&H team. They are by far best in breed in being able to support you on a few things. Not only building the right server, but actually helping you determine which server based on different configurations will ship and meet the timelines that you and your customer actually require. So rely on D&H. This is the actual power of AND. Okay, we've got a polling question here. Please take 3 seconds. Has anybody heard about live optics before? We need some music for this one, Osama. You want to hit a little beat?
Beep, boop, beep, boop. That was a attempt of something, but I'm gonna pass on that actually next time. In the meantime, we do have a question from Rich Hodgkinson about the time frame when D&H can quote and sell Dell storage.
Ah, very good question. We're approaching our new quarter in the month of May, and there should be some announcements, so hold tight very soon. I'm excited if you can read between the lines. All right. Do we have the poll up? How do I do that again? So if I click on, I think if I click on next, it tells me, there we go. Perfect. Okay. 73% of you have not heard about live optics. Beautiful. That's actually what I wanted to hear. Okay. That means that you're going to be super excited about this actual software that we're going to indicate to you shortly. So what is it? Let me paint a picture for you first. If you're working with your end customer, new or existing, and you want to have a tool that can run and discover everything that is happening in that data center environment, live optics is your best friend. And let me tell you about our friends in the industry who are also my closest allies. They use our software too. Okay, we see the analytics when they actually put their email addresses, so it's okay. What is the cost of this software? Osama, give me a price. What do you think it's going to cost for our partners to run it?
A big fat zero.
100% right. It is completely free. Okay, so there is no cost to run live optics. You're scared to do it in a customer environment? No problem. Run it for free on your environment before you actually go test it out. Work with the D&H team. They can guide you on how to actually run the software. You can download it from our partner portal, okay? And it's going to give you a dashboard and a complete PDF profile that you can now sit down with your customer and answer the following questions. Your customer came to you with a problem and you want to get to the outcome as quick as possible. Well, previously to using live optics, you were trying to really guess on what the future state of that data center would look like. Now with live optics, you can accurately throw a dart and ensure, based on this reporting, how you can guide that customer through a journey to get to the point that they want to get to. Maybe not necessarily all at once, possibly in stages based on their budget. But the analytics is going to support you and be your best friend to say, thank you. This is why we chose you as our IT partner, Dell Technologies as our OEM, and you had the best in breed distributor of D&H helping you from behind the scenes. It's an unbelievable software. Don't disregard it. You definitely want to get this up and running ASAP. My Rewards. My Rewards is also another program that a lot of our channel partners at Dell take advantage of. We get calls from them saying, thank you, this is very fruitful. And then we also get calls from channel partners where they missed out. So we always want to be reiterating this message because it's okay. Your job's not to know the programs. It's our job to constantly be reinforcing and educating you. So this is just a small snapshot of the rewards that you could be receiving as an owner, sales, or engineer. And you're able to decide as the admin if you want to split that. So let's say my good friend Adam, who's our server director at D&H, and him and I were working a project, and I'm the typical sales guy, and I want to take 100% of my rewards, and Adam's like, hey, what do you mean? I deserve 50%. I built the config. You're 100% right. The admin can actually split it 50-50, so my good friend Adam gets 50% and I get 50%. It's that fair. It's really cool and intuitive, the system. The client aspect is actually designed for everything in stock, not CTO. So make sure you're constantly buying and leveraging our Smart Select offerings, which D&H is sitting upon millions of dollars in country, in their warehouses, ready to ship to you ASAP. All right, let's now see how many of you are signed up for My Rewards. And I would love to hear in the comments how many are going to sign up for My Rewards now that you've heard about it. So, a little more music. Let's try a different tune this time, Osama, because I don't know if I liked your first song.
I know. I mean, I can do Twinkle Twinkle, but in the meantime, we've got a question right now from Vince regarding Dell Pro Support and Pro Support Plus for the on-site in Ottawa region. There are some concerns about some droppage. So is Dell looking to conservatively, answer those or give us a feedback on something like that?
And sorry, you said something. What was the concern part? You broke up there.
It's about Pro Support and Pro Support Plus for on-site, specifically, let's say, on Ottawa region. Yeah.
So is that missing? So Vince, are we missing the timeline of being able to meet the 4-hour or next business day SLA? Is that the concern?
I'm thinking he may be typing right now.
That's okay. Let's make sure we tie off. Yeah. So please make a note of some, all right? Let's have a one-on-one conversation because we can bring in my expert, Ryan Perk, and really figure out what's actually happening there because there could be some feedback that we may need to provide. Okay, let's see where we're at with the results. So 90% are not signed up for My Rewards. That is perfectly okay. We actually have a good action item. So Osama, let's take that entire list, send them the startup guide. It's a very intuitive PDF file that we can actually go through. You designate an admin. It's free to sign up. And then once you do that, you start making your claims. Key part is don't miss the deadline for the claims. Once the claim expiry date has passed, unfortunately, there's no exceptions. You will lose those points and not be able to redeem them. All right. One of our last slides before I pass it to you, Osama. One of the biggest questions that we get at Dell Technologies and through distribution is, how do I actually get a quote in under 2 minutes? So you may have heard this before. I'm going to keep repeating it because I think it's super important. So here you go. I encourage all of you guys to right now log on to D&H's website. Pull up a Dell Pro 14. Double check one that has some good stock, right? And take a look at the instant rebates. Today is the perfect day, April 29th. There's a high probability that that instant rebate may be expiring tomorrow. And if it does, and if you don't get a PO, there's no guarantee that that instant rebate's going to carry over to May 1st for the month of May. Majority of the time, those instant rebates are valid for a 30-day period. We are trying our best to extend the instant rebates even longer. So you may know that some of them now say May 31st, which is awesome. That means we've listened to your feedback and given you guys a longer runway. What I next want you to do is take advantage of our volume discounting, which we internally call Big Grid. So make note of quantity unit 1, increase it to quantity 2. You may or may have to do that in the cart. Don't click buy, even though we would love to take your PO today. But you should notice that when you go to quantity 2, it changes the price and lowers it quite significantly. And then the next volume price break is at 7 plus. So once you go above 7, you're getting an unbelievable discount that can allow you to have a deeper conversation with your customer because you've now built the machine, used the filters like screen size, memory, hard drive, touchscreen, core processor, and got them a quote in less than 2 minutes. I can guarantee you the positivity from your customer is then going to say the next question. This is fantastic. I either want to place a PO or they're going to indicate to you what their budgetary pricing is now. Like, well, once you hear what that budgetary pricing is, reach out to the D&H team. They're going to submit a deal reg on your behalf. Why do you want them to submit it on your behalf? Well, first things first, you're not 100% always aware of how we designate our deal registration by product family. Server is quite simple. Storage is simple. But client is actually by notebook, desktop, monitor, and docking station. The D&H team is fully expertise and will say, hey, I noticed that you requested 10 notebooks. Maybe we should throw in a monitor or a docking station because I can guarantee you in 3 months after your first sale, your customer may come back to you and say, I'm just going to use Kitty's name as an example because I heard that name up front first. Hey, Kitty, I would like a monitor. You know what? Absolutely. Guess what? D&H protected you from the beginning. You've already got the monitor deal reg. You've got an awesome experience. You can wrap up that quote and that PO, and your customer is going to be like, oh my God, this is why I deal with Kitty. This is fantastic. That's the power of and A&D, Dell and D&H protecting all of you. Here's the one thing that I need all of you as partners to tell your D&H rep though. When you get an approved deal reg, what is your targeted price? Many, many times, and Osama knows this as my partner for the past 5 years, right? We get an approved deal reg. The partner says, okay, this is the config that I would like. I need this many units. He's sitting there. He's like, okay, and customer, this is going to be your price. So he puts a very good price out there, right? Next thing you know, we come back, wow, I need more. Well, if you told us from the beginning what your targeted price was, not your customer's price, I need to know what your targeted price is. We will work with Dell Finance and D&H Finance to try and achieve your targeted price. If we hit it, you will get a quote with that. If we don't, at least you know, based on the quantity, the time frame, and the budget size opportunity, that was the best price that we can get you in today's market. That reduces the back and forth of us going all over the place, spinning up our operations when we could have nailed it with you the first time. Last but not least, okay? Favorite word of the day, war chest funds. We've got 2 more days left in the quarter. I'm not sure if D&H has budget left, but guess what? Ask, okay? Ask your D&H rep if they have war chest funds available to be applied when you are competing against someone else in the marketplace. That will give you a slightly better discount to help you win when you have deal reg and you ask for war chest funds. Okay? So hopefully you love this slide. We're going to constantly be reinforcing it. It shows you how to get a quote in under 2 minutes, how to leverage the volume discounting, how to take advantage of deal registration, and the secret word of the day. All right. Osama, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anthony. And before we continue, I do have a question from Mauricio regarding live optics. He wants to know if customers are discovering their overestimated cloud benefits or underestimated AI infrastructure needs. So how does that typically change their deployment decisions regarding that?
That's an awesome question that I'm going to have to defer offline to my subject matter experts. So let's capture that one. And I'm pretty sure Adam's already clamoring to jump on that, and we'll jump on a call with you, Mauricio.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one simple takeaway. Why D&H Canada for Dell? At the end of the day, this is really about making it easier for you as partners to grow your Dell business. Whether you're looking to expand an existing Dell practice, add new capabilities, or simply find a better way to engage, our goal at D&H is to simply just help the process and support your opportunities to make it easier for you to win. The first point here is one trusted team across the Dell portfolio. What that means is for you is more consistent experience as opportunities come up across client, infrastructure, or broader solution conversations. So you're not just starting from scratch each time, or you're trying to figure out where to go for help. You have a team behind you that can help navigate that business more easily and bring the right resources to the table. So that consistency saves time, reduces friction, and helps you move with more confidence. Second point is easier deal registration and opportunity support. We know protecting opportunities and keeping momentum matters the most. So our role is to help make the process easier for you, whether that's simplifying the submission process, supporting the approvals, or helping you stay on top of deadlines and renewals. Because the goal is to make some of those complexities off your plate, and you can stay focused on the customer, the opportunity, and ultimately closing the business. Third point is pre-sales, pricing, and enablement, because we're here to help your partners win. This is where we can add real value to your day-to-day businesses, for helping shape the right solution, to supporting bill of materials, validation, to aligning around pricing and available programs. We want to help you move opportunities forward with more confidence. It's not just about access to the Dell portfolio, not at all. It's about helping you. Position it effectively, you need to be staying competitive and have the support need when the opportunity matters the most. My fourth point is partner first, support focused on growth. For you, that means having a team that's not only here to react to opportunities in front of you today, but also to help you identify where the next ones may come from. So that could be white space, expansions within existing customer accounts, refresh opportunities, or broader conversations around how to grow your Dell business over time. We want to be partner that helps you build momentum, not just support a single transaction. And my last point is a personal touch backed by strong execution, because that matters, because strong partnerships are built on responsiveness, clarity, and trust. You want to know who to reach out to. You want timely follow-ups. You want confidence that the support behind you can help keep business moving. That's the experience we want to deliver. personal, partner-focused support backed by a team that is aligned to helping you succeed. So if there's one thing I leave you with today is that D&H is here to help you grow your Dell business more easily and more confidently. We want to be the team that helps you navigate opportunities, access the right support, and ultimately win more together. As the new D&H Dell BDM, my name is Osama Khalid. That's exactly where I'm focused, helping you uncover opportunity, move faster, and build a very long-term success with Dell and D&H. I want to thank you again for joining us today. And if you have any more questions, please let us know. And I would love to follow up with you and work with you together.
All right. We got another question from Vince, which is awesome. So
Perfect.
let me address the price increases. So yes, I mean, prices will continue to increase, right? We continue to tell our partner community that unfortunately it's only going to get worse, not better. Okay. But what I can tell you is if you remember the pandemic times, Dell Technologies was in an unbelievable position where we were able to, and again, they're all my friends, right? So, I mean, I love them all dearly, but we were able to outpace the market because it's our deepest and widest supply chain. We are in very good position to continue to do that, right? So we can't control price, but we can control supply, and we have awesome supply to really support all of our partners. I've been given confidence that on the client and server side, we can go deep into 2027, and you'll see that in our upcoming results. Like if you are a stock guy, take a look at our Q4 earnings and then hold tight. We're wrapping up Q1, and check out in the next 3 weeks, you'll hear about our Q1 earnings. But let me give you the confidence, Vince, that we can match the supply. We just can't control the price. It's unfortunately, team, going to get worse. But let me give you a little tip. One of the things that we actually do is what's called cost forecasting. So what does that mean? All of our quotes at Dell Technologies now expire every 14 days. But the good part is that when we actually submit a quote to you, we've done our utmost job of making sure that when that shot clock restarts on day 15, that a high percentage of the time, that quote is going to be exactly the same. Therefore, expanding the 14 days to 28. Okay? So keep in mind, we're doing our best. We're working with the market, but I can guarantee you we have supply. And this is another reason why we're continuously to expand with our distribution partners like D&H. They have done a fantastic job of taking a strong inventory position now. So they are bringing in product ahead of any future price increases, any potential supply issues, so that you can get customers' demand through D&H today. Okay? So awesome question. Please continue to ask. We're here standing by if you have anything. All right.